Hi, welcome students. Today we will start with third chapter, life processes in living organisms, that is reproduction. Welcome all of you. From standard 6th, you are learning different life processes like nutrition, respiration, excretion, sensation, control and coordination, etc. We learned that they were essential for each living organisms to remain alive. But in previous chapters, we have learned about the concept species, and reproduction is the process which is essential to maintain the continuity of the species of that organism. That is, without reproduction, any organism can't continue with its species. Scientifically, what is reproduction? It is formation of new organism of same species by earlier existing organism. म्हणजे काय? रिप्रोडक्शन म्हणजे असलेल्याच ऑर्गॅनिझम पासून नवीन ऑर्गॅनिझम तयार होणे. There are two types of reproduction. First is asexual reproduction and the second is sexual reproduction, where only one parent takes part in reproduction. It is called asexual reproduction. याचं उदाहरण सांगायचं तर समजा आपण गुलाबाची फांदी लावली तर त्याच्यापासून नवीन झाड येतं, ते झालं asexual reproduction. And the one which occurs with the help of two gametes, male gamete and female gamete, that is called sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, new organism has exact genetic similarity with the producing organism. नवीन येणारा जीव असतो, ऑर्गॅनिझम म्हणजे जीव, तो जेनेटिकली अगदी आपल्या पेरेंट सारखा असतो. तर सेक्शुअल रिप्रोडक्शन मध्ये काय होतं, मेल आणि फिमेल या दोघांच्या गॅमेट्सचं व्हेरिएशन म्हणजे त्याच्यात मिक्सअप झाल्यामुळे न्यू इंडिव्हिज्युअल शोज सिमिलॅरिटीज विथ पेरेंट्स फॉर सम कॅरेक्टर्स अँड सम कॅरेक्टर्स डिफरंट दॅन बोथ पेरेंट्स. काही गुणधर्म त्याच्या आपल्या पेरेंट्स सारखे असतात तर काही मात्र वेगळे असतात पेरेंट्सपेक्षा सेक्शुअल रिप्रोडक्शनच्या बाबतीत. महत्वाचा भाग म्हणजे युनिपॅरेंटल, दॅट इज the reproduction involving only one parent occurs by mitotic cell division. We have learnt in first chapter about mitosis and meiosis. So asexual reproduction occurs with mitotic cell division, while in the case of sexual reproduction gametes are formed by meiosis. How? That is we are going to learn that detail in next content. Every process has its advantages as well as disadvantages. Asexual reproduction is fast process, that is its advantage, and drawback is absence of genetic recombination. As only one parent is involved, no combination of genes. But in case of sexual reproduction, due to genetic recombination, diversity occurs and which helps them for adaptation to any new environment. In that case, sexual reproduction is beneficial, but as compared to asexual, it is a bit slow process. Now we will learn about asexual reproduction in unicellular organisms, the organisms whose body is only one cell, that is unicellular. First type is binary fission. In case of prokaryotes like bacteria and protists like amoeba, paramecium, euglena, and eukaryotic cell organelles, mitochondria and chloroplasts divide by this method. Parent cell divides to form two similar daughter cells. Here we can see only one cell. A notch is formed and new cells are formed which can grow into new individuals. Binary fission is also of three types. First is simple binary fission. Here you can see an amoeba. First, its nucleus divides into two and then a notch divides in any plane due to lack of specific shape. Amoeba doesn't have specific shape, so it can divide at any plane. That is simple binary fission. In case of paramecium, here you can see notch is developed transversely, so it is transverse binary fission in case of paramecium, and two daughter paramecia are formed. While in case of Euglena, it is longitudinal binary fission. Notch develops longitudinally and two nascent Euglena are developed afterwards. This was binary fission and its three types. Then it is multiple fission. Where does amoeba live? It lives in ponds in water. After monsoon, when these ponds dry, it is adverse condition for that amoeba, paramecia, etc. अमिबा पॅरामेशियम कुठे राहतात? तर पाण्याच्या गढूळ पाण्याच्या डबक्यात. पावसाळ्यानंतर ही डबकी सुकली की त्या अमिबा पॅरामेशियम साठी ही ॲडव्हर्स कंडिशन आहे. त्यांना जगायला तिथे शक्य होत नाही. मग अशा वेळी ते काय करतात? अमिबा स्टॉप्स मुवमेंट्स अँड बिकम्स राउंडेड. हिअर यू कॅन सी irregular shaped amoeba which is normal. But in case of multiple fission, first it develops a round shaped cyst around itself. It stops movements and becomes rounded. This is the stage by forming a protective covering around plasma membrane. A protective hard covering called cyst is developed around plasma membrane. Then there is multiple fission of nucleus and many daughter nuclei are formed. Then divides the cytoplasm. Cytoplasmic division. So many amoebulae, small daughter amoeba are called amoebulae, are formed, and this condition can persist up to some months till return of favorable conditions. म्हणजे काय? तर ही अवस्था जी आहे ना, ही सुप्त अवस्था आहे. आधी न्यूक्लियसचं डिव्हिजन होतं अनेक वेळा, मग सायटोप्लाझमचं डिव्हिजन होतं आणि छोटे 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 अमिबाळं किंवा अमिब्युले तयार होतात आणि त्या सिस्टमध्ये ती तशीच्या तशी काही महिने राहू शकतात. जेव्हा परत पाऊस येतो, परत पाणी मिळतं, दॅट आर फेवरेबल कंडिशन्स फॉर देम, देन सिस्ट ब्रेक्स ओपन अँड मेनी अमिब्युले आर रिलीज्ड. जेव्हा परत पाणी आलं त्याच्यानंतर ते सिस्ट फुटलं आणि अमिब्युले पुन्हा त्या पाण्यात सोडली जातात की जो प्रत्येक अमिबा नवीन आयुष्य जगायला लागतो. This was multiple fission. Then third method is budding. Last year you must have prepared bread from yeast. Yeast is a fungi, unicellular fungi. Yeast cell produces two daughter nuclei. Here you can see nucleus dividing and forming two daughter nuclei. Then one of these nucleus transfers into a small bulge that has appeared on the surface. That bulge is called bud. Then the nucleus transfers. After sufficient growth, bud separates. त्याची पुरीशी वाढ झाली त्या बडची की ती त्या मूळ सेल पासून सेपरेट होते आणि नवीन yeast सेल म्हणून आयुष्य जगायला लागते. This method is called budding. Then asexual reproduction in multicellular organisms, like here you can see Spirogyra. If small pieces are formed from one Spirogyra filament, then each piece can develop into new filament. This is called fragmentation method. Fragments means pieces. तंतुमय जे आहे आता शेवाळ हे कोणतं आहे? स्पायरोगायरा. त्याचा तंतू असतात, फायबर्स असतात, फिलामेंट्स असतात. त्या फिलामेंटचे जर तुकडे झाले, दे आर कॉल्ड फ्रॅगमेंट्स. प्रत्येक तुकड्यापासून पुन्हा मोठा तंतू तयार होऊ शकतो, फिलामेंट तयार होऊ शकतो. सेम इज इन द केस ऑफ स्पंजेस लाईक सायकॉन. सायकॉन नावाचा स्पंज आहे, त्याच्यात सुद्धा असे तुकडे झाले तर त्या प्रत्येक तुकड्यापासून नवा स्पंज तयार होऊ शकतो. ह्या पद्धतीला म्हणतात फ्रॅगमेंटेशन. सेकंड इज रिजनरेशन. हिअर यू कॅन सी वन प्लॅनेरिया, ॲनिमल प्लॅनेरिया. In certain situation, it breaks up in its body into two parts. इथे तुम्ही बघाल, समजा याच्या मधूनच दोन तुकडे झाले तर डोक्याकडचा भाग आहे तो खालचा शेपटीकडचा भाग डेव्हलप करतो आणि जो शेपटीकडचा भाग आहे तो वरचा डोक्याकडचा भाग डेव्हलप करतो. म्हणजे दोन तुकड्यांपासून दोन नवीन प्लॅनेरिया तयार होतात. This method is called regeneration. Each part regenerates remaining part of the body and thus two new planaria are formed. Third is budding in hydra. This is also aquatic animal, very small, maximum 1 or 1.5 centimeter in length. It develops a bulge. That bulge is called bulge or outgrowth is called bud. That bud develops into small hydra. It can develop 6 tentacles, body parts, etc. Bud grows up progressively and finally forms a small hydra. This budding hydra separates from parent hydra when sufficiently grown, starts to lead an independent life when it grows up and becomes able to lead an independent. So this new hydra or nascent hydra has developed from a bud. So this method is called budding. Fourth is vegetative propagation. It happens only in case of plants with the help of vegetative parts like root, stem, leaf and bud. Here you can see food storing roots like carrot, then रॅडिश, बीट, सलगम हे 4 भाज्या आहेत ना, ह्या मूळ भाज्या म्हणतो आपण यांना. ह्या कशामुळे अशा बल्की बनल्यात? तर पानांनी तयार केलेलं अन्न यांच्यात साठवलं जातं. नंतर पानं आणि वरचं झाड सुकून जातं आणि ह्या ज्या साठवलेल्या अन्नाला वाचून इथे कोंब फुटतात आणि त्या कोंबांना अन्न ह्या साठवलेल्या मुळांमधून पुरवलं जातं आणि नवीन झाड तयार होतं. तुम्ही एक गंमत करायची. घरी गाजर आणलं ना किंवा त्याच्या डोक्याकडचा भाग आणि आपण नाही खात नाहीतरी मुळा, गाजर, बीट यांचा ह्याची ही जी चकती काढतो ना आपण, ती थोडी जाड काढायची आणि ती चकती कुंडीत किंवा तुमच्या बागेतल्या मातीत रोवून ठेवा. व्यवस्थित पाणी द्या त्याला. थोड्या दिवसांनी बघाल त्या कोंबामधून नवीन झाडं तयार होतात. सो दिस इज व्हेजिटेटिव्ह प्रोपागेशन. सेम हॅपन्स विथ ट्युबर्स लाईक पोटॅटो, जिंजर, देन टर्मेरिक. There, these tubers grow under the soil, but they are not roots, they are stems. And they are having buds on them. The bud, मराठीत ज्याला आपण डोळे म्हणतो ना, बटाट्याचे डोळे, आल्यावरचे डोळे, हळदीच्या हळकुंडावरचे डोळे, असे स्केली लीव्ज असतात त्याच्यावर. आणि त्याच्या आतमध्ये जी छोटीशी बड असते, त्याला जर फेवरेबल कंडिशन मिळाली, म्हणजे इथे सुद्धा तुम्ही करून बघा. बटाट्याचे डोळे आपण पांढरे असतात ते काढून टाकतो. ते चकती सकट काढा, म्हणजे थोडासा बटाट्याचा भाग येऊ द्या आणि मग तो भाग जमिनीत किंवा कुंडीत ठेवा. त्याच्यापासून नवीन झाड उगवलेलं तुम्हाला दिसेल. सो दिस इज व्हेजिटेटिव्ह प्रोपागेशन विथ स्टेम्स. सेम हॅपन्स विथ ब्रायोफायलम. दीज आर नॉचेस वेअर न्यू बर्ड्स डेव्हलप ऑन लीव्ज and each bird can develop a plant of bryophyllum. Now this is sweet potato, रताळं. त्याच्यावर पण असे कोंब येतात, डोळे येतात आणि त्या प्रत्येक कोंबातून झाड येतं. So this is production without flower and it is called vegetative propagation. It happens only in case of plants. Then fifth method is spore formation. For this you have to perform an experiment. पावाचा तुकडा घ्या किंवा भाकरी चपातीचा तुकडा घ्या. त्याच्यावर थोडंसं पाणी शिंपडा आणि डब्यामध्ये ठेवून द्या. 4-5 दिवसांनी उघडलं तर त्याच्यावर तुम्हाला पांढरं जाळं कापसासारखं आलेलं दिसेल. फायबर्स दिसतील. दे आर म्युकर ऑर ब्रेड मोल्ड. दे आर फिलामेंट्स ऑफ फंगल बॉडी. फिलामेंटस फंगल बॉडी. अजून 2-3 दिवस गेले की त्या पांढऱ्याला हिरवट काळपट रंग येईल. दॅट कलर इज ड्यू टू स्पोरॅन्जिओफोर्स. These are sporangiophores which bear spores. Spores are small tiny things. टिपक्यासारखे असतात spores की ज्या बीजाणुधानी स्पोरॅन्जिओफोर मध्ये येतात. When they are mature, sporangia burst and spores are dispersed in air. They germinate in moist and warm place where they get favorable food like our bread, chapati, bhakri, etc. And germinate in that warm place. New fungal colony is formed. So this is reproduction with spore formation. Now we will go to the next type, sexual reproduction. That is, it involves two major processes. First is gamete formation. That is, diploid cell divides meiotically to form two haploid gametes. 2n असा क्रोमोझोम नंबर असलेल्या पेशी सेल पासून n हा हॅप्लॉइड नंबर असलेला गॅमेट तयार होतो. त्याला म्हणतात गॅमेट फॉर्मेशन. Then next important step is fertilization. That is union of one male gamete and one female gamete. These are the signs for male. That is circle with an arrow, and this is sign for female. That is circle with plus sign. So these are gametes, male gamete and female gamete. These are the two major steps which occur in sexual reproduction. First we will study sexual reproduction in plants, and flower is the structural unit because flower develops into fruits which has seeds and seeds grow to form new plants. So structural unit is flower. Accessory walls are calyx and corolla. What is calyx? In the bud condition you must have seen green buds. जास्वंदी किंवा गुलाबाच्या कळ्या डोळ्यासमोर आणा त्याच्या वरून हिरवा खरखरीत कडक असे जे आवरण असतात त्यांना म्हणतात सेपल्स. and the whorl is called calyx. Then these are colorful petals which form corolla. पाकळ्या असतात ना फुलांच्या, रंगीत असतात, गुलाबी, लाल, पिवळ्या, भडक रंगाच्या असतात, केशरी, तर त्यांना म्हणतात corolla. Each petal is colorful and the whorl is called corolla. They are accessory whorls because their function is to protect inner whorls. Then what are inner whorls called? They are essential whorls which are essential for reproduction, or their function is reproduction. First is androecium or male gamete, male part or male whorl, which consists of stamen. Stamen is formed with anther filament. Anther contains, these are two lobes, anther lobes, left and right, and pollen grains are formed in anther lobes. So this is androecium. Then gynoecium. Gynoecium is female part or female whorl. It consists of pistil, and each pistil is pistil or carpel. Each carpel consists of a sticky disc called stigma, then style, hollow tube. Below that tube there is main part of female whorl, ovary, and ovary consists of one or many ovules. All of these make a carpel. Stigma, style, ovary and ovules form carpel or pistil. Then this is pedicel, फुलाचा देठ, and receptacle, ज्याच्यावर फुलाच्या ह्या चारही भागांना ज्याने आधार दिलाय त्याला म्हणतात receptacle. So these are important parts of any flower. There are two types of flowers. Just now we saw that hibiscus or mustard flower has both whorls, that is androecium and gynoecium. If they are present in same flower, it is called bisexual flower. But in case of papaya, cucumber, corn, rice, etc., male flowers are different that have only androecium, and female flowers are different with only gynoecium. That is, this type is called unisexual flowers. They are present on the same plant, but male flowers are different and female flowers are different. So this type is called unisexual flowers. Before fertilization, two main processes occur. That is, first is formation of embryo sac. Here you can see diagram of embryo sac. Ovary, just now we saw, ovary has one or many ovules. Each ovule divides meiotically. Meiosis occurs and two egg cells are formed. First is egg cell and second is two haploid polar nuclei. Each embryo sac, collectively this is called embryo sac. It consists of haploid egg cell shown in yellow color and two haploid polar nuclei. What is their function? We will see in next. Then second process is also very important, that is pollination. Pollen grains from anther are transferred to the stigma. Just now we saw stigma is sticky disc. When pollen grains get transferred on that stigma, this process is called pollination. There are some agents of pollination. Wind, water are abiotic agents, while insects, birds, other animals are biotic agents. And according to the type, it is self-pollination if it involves only one flower or two flowers born on same plant. बघा हा, एकाच झाडावरच्या दोन फुलांमध्ये किंवा एकाच फुलाचे जे पोलन ग्रेन्स आहेत ते त्याच फुलाच्या स्टिग्मावर पडले, किंवा ह्याच झाडावरचं एखादं दुसरं फुल आहे आणि त्याचे पोलन ग्रेन्स ह्या फुलाच्या स्टिग्मावर पडले, पण झाड सेम पाहिजे, तर त्याला म्हणतात सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन. आणि जर दोन वेगवेगळी एकाच जातीची दोन झाडं आहेत, म्हणजे समजा हे कुठची झाडं आहेत, ते एक गुलाबाचं आहे समजूया, तर हे एक गुलाबाचं झाड आहे आणि हे दुसरं गुलाबाचं झाड आहे. इकडचे पोलन ग्रेन्स भुंगे, वारा किंवा कशाच्या मार्फत दुसऱ्या झाडावरच्या दुसऱ्या फुलावर पडले स्टिग्मावर, तर ते झालं क्रॉस पॉलिनेशन. इट इन्व्हॉल्व्स two flowers born on two plants of same species. बघा हा, जास्वंदीचं मोहरीला चालणार नाही किंवा मोहरीचं मक्याला चालणार नाही. सेम स्पीशीज इफ pollen grains from one flower are transferred to flower of next plant of same species. This is called cross pollination. Then most important process is double fertilization. Here you can see mature pollen grain falling on stigma. Then tube nucleus, pollen tube is developed, tube nucleus and generative cell. It divides into two nuclei. What happens? These are two sperm cells. One divides with egg cell to form zygote and the other divides with other unites. Here you can see two polar nuclei and endosperm is formed. This is called double fertilization because two male gametes are involved. Ovules developed into seeds and ovary develops into fruit. We will see slowly. Pollens germinate. Here you can see germination of only pollen grain. When they fall on sticky stigma and long pollen tube and two male gametes are formed. Long pollen tube and two male gametes are formed. Pollen tube reaches the embryo sac via style. Tip of pollen tube bursts and two male gametes are released in embryo sac. One gamete unites with egg cell to form zygote and second gamete unites with polar nuclei which were haploid and endosperm. Here most important part, endosperm, which provides nutrition to the growing plant. This process, see, polar nuclei, one sperm cell will unite with them to endosperm, one will develop zygote. Then ovules develops into seed and the ovary develops into fruit. Now last process, seed germination. Seed falls on ground when fruit breaks up and they germinate in the soil under favorable conditions. हे तुम्हाला वाटाण्याची शेंग दिसते, ती मॅच्युअर झाली की शेंग फुटते, पीज वाटाणे खाली पडतील, त्यांना सॉइल मिळाली, पाणी मिळालं की ते जर्मिनेट होतात आणि नवीन रोपट, न्यू प्लांटलेट इज फॉर्म्ड. इन दिस प्रोसेस endosperm of the seed provides food to the growing plantlet. When leaves are developed, they can produce their own food. Till then, food is provided by the endosperm formed during double fertilization. Then we will see sexual reproduction in animals. In this case, we are going to study our own generative systems, reproductive systems. First, we will see male reproductive system of human. A male or a man. This is scrotum, two lobes of scrotum which contain testes, pair of testes. This scrotum is outside abdominal cavity. Reason behind that, to produce sperms, slightly less temperature is required. When the scrotums are outside the body, their temperature is 1 to 1.5 degree lower than your body temperature and sperms are developed easily. So testes develop sperms. Sperms are produced in testes of men from beginning of maturation, that is the age of puberty, 13 or 14 years of age. Then testes have seminiferous tubules and that tubules develop sperms. Then the journey of sperms starts. Rate testes, vas deferens, epididymis, this part above the testes. Then via this tube it travels, see the arrow, it travels up to ejaculatory duct. Then it goes to urinogenital duct. This long tube is called urinogenital duct. In case of male, for semen and for urine, same duct is used, that is urine and semen is passed through the same penis. So this duct is called urinogenital duct, common for urine and genetic semen. As these sperms travel from all these tubes, as the sperms are pushed forward serially from one duct to next, they become mature and they are able to fertilize the ovum. मॅच्युरिटी. जसे जसे ह्या ट्यूब मधून जातात, परत एकदा ऐकूया आपण कसे. टेस्टीज मधून वास एफरन्स मधून एपिडिडॅमिस मधून वास डिफरन्स, ही जी लांब ट्यूब दिसते ती. त्याच्यानंतर इजॅक्युलरी डक्ट, इजॅक्युलरी डक्ट मधून युरिनोजेनायटल डक्ट आणि त्याच्यातून पेनिस मधून बाहेर. हा प्रवास करताना ते स्पर्म मॅच्युअर होत जातात. देन सेमिनल व्हेसिकल्स, हिअर यू कॅन सी ब्लू कलर्ड ट्यूब्स. दे प्रोड्यूस वन सिक्रिशन. इट इज सिक्रिटेड इन इजॅक्युलरी डक्ट. ह्याच्यातलं सिक्रिशन इजॅक्युलरी डक्ट मध्ये येतं ह्याच्यात. देन प्रोस्टेट ग्लँड, this is prostate gland and Copper's gland, button like Copper's gland. They also secrete some secretions that are poured in urinogenital duct. बघा, सेमिनल व्हेसिकल नावाचं जे डक्ट आहे त्याच्यातले लिक्विड या इजॅक्युलरी डक्ट मध्ये येतं. ही बदामासारखी दिसते ती आहे प्रोस्टेट ग्लँड. त्याच्यातलं सिक्रिशन आणि कॉपर्स ग्लँड ह्याच्यातलं सिक्रिशन हा जो युरिनोजेनायटल डक्ट आहे, डक्ट म्हणजे ट्यूब, त्याच्यात येतं. तर हे दोन लिक्विड्स आणि तिकडून आलेले स्पर्म्स या सगळ्यांनी मिळून बनतं सीमेन. सीमेन इज अ फ्लुइड containing all these secretions plus sperms. Semen is ejaculated through penis. जराशी गुंतागुंतीची प्रक्रिया आहे. टेस्टीज मधून स्पर्म्स येतात, त्याच्यामध्ये सेमिनल व्हेसिकलचं लिक्विड, प्रोस्टेट ग्लँडचं लिक्विड, कॉपर ग्लँडचं लिक्विड, ही 3 लिक्विड्स आणि स्पर्म्स मिळून तयार होतं अजून एक मिश्रण, त्याचं नाव सीमेन. आणि सीमेन इज इजॅक्युलेटेड थ्रू पेनिस. या पेनिस मधून बाहेर पडतं. ही झाली मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव्ह सिस्टीम ऑफ ह्युमन.